Greetings, epic viewers. Prepare to indulge in experiencing sheer bliss, because today another riveting, captivating, stellar unboxing video is about to be brought to fruition. What item will I be unboxing? What item will I be opening? Without further delay, without further procrastination, allow me to elicit the box. What item is encompassed inside this bulky, hefty, tangible, nifty box? Let's find out. I'm going to demystify the answer to that inquiry right here, right now, so bear with me. It'll only take me billions of picoseconds to extract the item from the box and subsequently flaunt it in front of the camera for you to feast your glorious eyes on. Here we go, the unboxing process is about to commence. The boxing process is officially underway. What item have I prompted? What item have I drawn forth? What item have I elicited? What item have I extracted from the box? Let's find out. This action figure is known by the moniker of Fury. Is he a paradigm of resounding perfection? Is he the embodiment of resounding perfection? Is he the epitome of resounding perfection? Let's find out. You can assess this figurine's merits down to the nitty-gritty details to determine whether or not he warrants a hefty, exorbitant premium price. Should he be relegated to the trash? Should he be consigned to the trash? Let's find out. That's up to you to determine. In my personal objective opinion, this figurine does not warrant a price tag of over $5 at the time I conceded to paying a heftier premium price in order to procure him. In hindsight, do I have any qualms about this purchase and decision? Yes. So in hindsight, I would have revoked my purchase and decision. However, it's too late for me to take recourse in this matter. So I am the victim of my own asinine purchase and decisions. I digress. Let's just unbox the figurine. But before I do, I wanted to preface this video by notifying you that he's a part of the Power Rangers Dino Charge action figure line. Now that I've apprised you of that, you know which action figure line he's a part of, in case you want to obtain him yourself. And on the back of the biography, you can read his description, and once you're done doing that, then you can examine pictures of other corresponding figurines that are also part of the wave. And what else did I want to notify you of? Oh yeah, before I forget, this figurine typically retails for $9 plus tax, so his price is rendered unaffordable. It's quite an overwhelming, outrageous price to concede to. I detest conceding to these staggering prices, but that's the cost of buying the figurine. If you forgo paying that price, then you forgo buying the figurine. If you stumble upon Fury on eBay, you may have to pay even more than $9 plus tax. So there's a 6% sales tax. He's slightly over $9.50 by a margin. How much would he be? $9.53 if he retailed for $8.99 plus tax. You also have to factor in the opportunity cost and the costs appertaining to driving to the retail store. So there's other hidden expenses associated with buying this figurine. Here's the plastic tray, the plastic shell. Alrighty, so here we have the Fury figurine. He stands roughly 5 inches tall, so he doesn't coincide eminently well with the 6-inch Marvel Legends action figure collection. The Marvel Legends action figures dwarf him, they tower over him. Fury is short in stature, I'm not well acclimated with the character's lore. I know he's villainous. He's likely cunning, conniving, sadistic, menacing, intimidating, intrepid. He's likely demonic. And what else do I want to say about him? His articulation is eminently finite. He doesn't have ample points of articulation. He has a couple of joints in the shoulders, joint in each shoulder socket. So he has the ability to rotate his forearms. He can also rotate his biceps, and he also can swivel his head. So those 5 points of articulation. He lacks a diaphragm joint. He lacks an ankle pivot. Actually, I revoke my previous statement. He has an ankle rocker, but it's relatively minor. So just to review, to recapitulate, he lacks a diaphragm joint. He lacks finger joint articulation, and he seems to have roughly 11 points of articulation. 2 in the arms, 1 in the head. And 3 in the legs. And that totals to 11 points of articulation. The appendages, they could be stretched outwards, and then they could also be positioned inwards, so you can move them inwards or outwards at your own discretion. There's no novelties. He doesn't really have any action features, and his weapon is mundane and bland. It seems to have these spikes protruding out. I'm not sure what these are supposed to represent or depict, if they're not spikes. Who the show knows. But his forearm guards cannot be detached, so they're permanently bound to his arms unless you manually remove them, which I don't advise doing so. And his skirt cannot be removed either unless you sever it or dismantle it yourself, which I don't advise doing so. His skirt encumbers his leg articulation. He has tremendous latitude for articulation in his legs. Even though his legs and elbows are not double jointed, they can still be ascended and descended at your discretion. The ankles seem to be relegated to a ball joint, so there's latitude for articulation in that area. He has these claws protruding out of his feet. He seems to be quite a dynamic character, and I bought him because I like his aesthetics. I like his hues. I think they could have done a better job with the shadings. I do like the crimson red. It's conspicuous, it's noticeable, it's visually appealing, it's aesthetically appealing. And what else do I like about him? I guess his sculpt is decent. It's not too abysmal, it's not that egregious, it's not that appalling. I like his intricacies, I love his design, I love his attire. The design on his skirt is quite unique, it's quite novel. I'm not sure what it's supposed to represent. These aren't supposed to depict black smudge marks. They're likely supposed to depict symbols of his heraldry or ancestry or his lineage. Who knows? At this point, I'm just guessing my heart out. So maybe these symbols are a throwback to his lineage or to the Power Rangers lore. I don't know. I don't watch the series. I don't care to watch the theories, and I'll desist from buying Power Rangers Dino Charge action figures. They're not meritorious. They're mediocre at best. I detest settling for insipid mediocrity, so this figurine is not abysmal, but he's not the quintessential figurine either, and I just can't vindicate paying $8 for another figurine akin to him. He lacks 2 pegals in the bottom of his feet. I guess at the time I was eager to amplify my action figure collection, and this purchasing decision was impetuous and impulsive and non-prudent. But in hindsight, I would have abstained from buying this action figure, especially considering that the money could be earmarked towards far better purchases that are rendered available on eBay. So I apologize if that induced frustration, but in other words, he's just not worth close to $10 when you can purchase a superior figurine that trumps this figurine in all facets via eBay. So I just can't justify nor vindicate my purchase and decision. I do have qualms about it. I do like his design, I do like his aesthetics. I like his armor, but even with all his novelties and unique details, it's just not enough for me to be content with my purchase and decision. So here's Fury. He's not the optimal well, actually I revoked my previous statement. I guess he is the optimal version of Fury at the moment. I doubt there's a 6-inch SH Figure Arts Fury action figure, but if there is, then that figurine would trump this figurine and supersede this figurine in every facet. But I guess at the moment he is a optimal version of Fury. You're looking to procure this figure in action figure form, but this hunk of plastic isn't worth $10 in my objective opinion, especially considering that the Marvel Legends action figures retailed for $8 plus tax, and they came bundled with comic books, stupendous accessories, and appendage for a 12-inch Build-A-Figure, and had 32 to 40 points of articulation. This figurine candle to candle to the Toy Biz Marvel Legends action figures are retailed for a lower price than this figurine. This figurine is just mediocre at best, and I don't like conceding to mediocrity. So that's everything that I wanted to divulge and apprise you of. I hope that you deemed this video to be enthralling and insightful. Have a wonderful, marvelous day. Goodbye.